Okay, so this lesson it's going to be solely about the input function, which it basically just takes input from a user and puts it into a string variable. And this is just going to give your programs a lot of variability. You don't have to type in all the values, like you don't have to type in 4 and 2 here. Your user could type it in. So I'm first going to make a variable. So we're just going to make a simple program here that it's going to ask the user for their name and then it's going to say hello to them. So I'm going to say name equals input. And this input function, it has one optional parameter, so you don't need it to really function, but you can have it. So just for this example, I'm not going to use it real quick. I'll put it in later, and then I will print hello. And we need to do what's called concatenating these strings, and this basically just mushes them together. So I'll do name, or I'll do hello plus name, and then I'll click run, and you see it lets me type something here. So yeah, I could type stuff. So I'm just going to type my name here, which is Bruce, and it's going to say hello Bruce. But because we left that parameter out of here, see, we still need the parentheses even though there's no arguments, my bad. But I'm just going to put an argument here just to make it easier for the user to know what to type. So just enter your name. Okay, enter your name. I'll say Bruce, and then hello Bruce. So it does the same thing, it just has a prompt this time. So now I'm going to try to do this with math, or something mathematical. So instead of enter your name, I'm going to say enter a number, and then I'm going to change the name to num1, and then num2 equals input, enter a number. And then I'm just going to print num1 plus num2. Let's just try to add them together. So num1 plus num2. And then let's run it. So I'm going to add 6 and then 7. And you notice that it printed 67, which isn't right. So the reason for this is because these variables right now, num1 and num2, they aren't integers, which is what we want them to be. They're strings. And since this plus just concatenates them, we get 67 instead of 13. So there's a way around this though. We use the int function. So int, and then I'm just going to put parentheses around this whole input right here. Just all of it. So now my number, it's being, or num1, the variable, is being defined as integer, or just the int function, and then input. So it's going to take whatever the user inputs right here, and it's going to convert it to an integer. That's what this int function does. Now, this is called typecasting. I'll get more into it in a later lesson, but it basically just converts data to other types. So now when I run this, and then I'll put 6, 7, you see it'll give me 13. So that was the input function. This is very important, as it just gives your program variability. So it'll be much easier for you to use and for users to use if you have it.